a little break away from mom.
Yes.
This time of year, it's just so wonderful to go out into the wilderness and do a little hike.
Right, just go for a walk.
And fortunately, there are a couple of different little wilderness parks right in Salt Lake City.
Yes, you'd never guess you're in the city.
Yeah, this is right in the city
right by
here.
the freeway.
Yeah. This is Tanner Park, and this is the wilderness part of Tanner Park, an area also referred to by the people who grew up around here as the Gully.
Right.
And sometimes better known as the Gully than as Tanner Park.
Right.
But right here, this is pretty cool. This was the Denver-Rio Grande main line to Park City.
Yes.
And we've talked a little bit about it. It was a railroad, a narrow gauge railroad built by one of Brigham Young's sons, John Young, who built many railroads, and the Utah Central. And he laid this track right up through here, and later on was bought out by the Rio Grande, who continued to operate it as a narrow gauge. Later on as a dual gauge, and then finally as a standard gauge railroad all the way to Park City.
Right. So why do these trails remain in such pristine condition?
Well, usually it's because with the trains pounding through here, they compact the soil so tightly that nothing will grow there.
Well, that's really cool.
So they sort of form their own wilderness trail, you might say.
I think it's neat they keep them as a trail, though.
Well, and a lot of the different states have a Rails to Trails program, and Utah is no exception. This is Parley's Creek that comes down from Mountain Dell Reservoir all the way to the Great Salt Lake eventually. But it travels through here and then through the golf course and then through Sugar House Park. And it's just a beautiful stream that runs right through Salt Lake City. Anyway, it was a grand day out.
Oh, it was just fun to get out and walk.
Weather was perfect, trees were perfect, everything was perfect.
Right.
And because it's a dog-friendly space down here, you can come down here, and people come down here with their dogs, and then we get to say hi to their dogs.
Right.
And we love doing that. Now this is Grandeur Peak.
Oh, I still am learning my peaks up here.
Not that many people know Grandeur, but this is called Grandeur Peak. Aptly named, I think.
I think so.
And it's always been a great inspiration to me because, well, I grew up right at the foot of this mountain.
Yes.
In fact, I kind of grew up right down here in Tanner Park, which I'm one of those people who refers to it as the Gully.
Right.
Because as kids, we came down here and played because we lived just up on the rim of the thing over on the south side.
Right, and it's just a fun place to be.
Now, no self-respecting wilderness area that kids play in wouldn't have a swimming hole.
Oh, it has to have something like that.
And we had like 3 of them along here.
Right.
And, we would throw logs in the stream to make sure that they filled up with water.
Right. This seems to be the puppy pool.
Well, with the dogs down here, they love the swimming hole as much as the kids ever did.
I imagine so.
It's just nice, fresh, refreshing, cool water on a warm afternoon, and how does it get better than this?
Oh, well, look at the dogs. They're just having so much fun.
And right here, there are some surviving railroad ties.
Oh, yeah.
And not very many when we were kids. All these railroad ties were still in place, and they were just all along the grade here. But as far as I know, this is the only surviving area where there are railroad ties.
Right, and it would be just that little spot right there. That's it.
I imagine there was a full-blown gold mine down here in a little ghost town. I mean, when we were kids, there were artifacts of all of that stuff.
Right.
And I'll bet if we got over into that area, which is kind of an off-limits wilderness area right now, but I imagine if you got over there, you'd still find more railroad ties.
I imagine.
And as we were walking, we even stumbled across an old railroad spike.
I literally stumbled across it, yeah.
But here's a word of advice. If you do come across any kind of interesting artifact like this, it's best to just let it be.
Right.
The general rule of take only photographs and leave only footprints applies.
Right.
And if you're on federal land, it applies with federal law.
I was going to say it's a must in that case.
Yeah, and if you're on private land, technically the artifact belongs to whoever owns the land. And in this case, where you're in a city park and where it's an artifact, I don't honestly know, but I don't want to find out the hard way.
Exactly.
So just let it sit. And there had been a bridge over the creek right here, and one of the pilings is still here.
Right. I like that view. That's so neat.
Oh, I just love seeing this. And as a kid, it's weird. The stream moves around, everything changes. As a kid, these pilings were just on high ground.
Right.
And the stream wasn't even all that close to here, and now the stream is back going around the pilings again. But things evolve, things change. But it's just so neat that these pilings have survived. And this is really fun, too. This is the Lincoln Highway.
Yes.
The America's first transcontinental highway.
Yes.
One end of this is in Times Square, New York, and the other end of it is in Jack London Square in San Francisco, in Oakland. technically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So there was a railroad crossing here. You can see the railroad grade on our right and the Lincoln Highway on our left.
Oh, neat.
You know, when we were kids again, and a lot of the tracks, well, when I was a very young kid, the tracks were in and they were still running trains.
Oh my gosh.
And this road was still paved, and my mom even brought us down here once or twice in the car.
Oh, nice.
And so it was just really neat. It's neat that it's been preserved.
Right.
But if you walk the highway part of this, the road part of it, you'll find places where there's surviving chunks of pavement.
And surviving chunks of car. Isn't that a drive line?
I think you're right. That's a very small drive line. I wonder what that's out of.
Well, 3 guesses.
And the other end of it's on the other side of the fence, so it's been buried here for decades.
I guess I wonder if the rest of the car's attached somewhere.
You know, if you were looking to restore a 57 Chevy, maybe the whole car is here if you look around.
There's the U-joint right there.
You know, you gave me that great metal detector for finding railroad spikes. What say we bring that down here next time?
We should do that.
We could be like one of those people that sweeps the thing back and forth.
Yes, we might find car keys and dog tags. And
Old nails, who knows?
yeah, pop bottle tops.
Now, there's a fence right up through the middle of this whole thing, and the south side of the fence is off limits to dogs.
Right.
And there's gates so you can walk in here. You're just not supposed to bring your dog.
No.
And this is just a wonderful little walking trail called the South Loop Trail.
Yeah, it's fun. I was waiting to see a grizzly bear, but didn't find one of those either.
You will find an elk down here from time to time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because we have.
Yes.
Don't tease the elk.
No.
But it's just, they've built these little wood bridges down here, and it's just, this trail goes up in here for, I don't know, a mile, something like that.
Yeah, it probably comes out at Walmart.
I think it does, because Walmart's right over there.
It does.
Again, it's easy to lose track of the fact that we're right in the middle of town. But it's funny, these wood bridges, that's a creek? That's just some stream of water. That's enough of a stream of water they felt the need to put a bridge over it.
Yeah, well, if there's a bridge that size, I would assume the water can travel a little bit more than that.
You know, I've seen old pictures of this area back when the railroad was running in the earliest days.
Yeah.
It is devoid of vegetation.
Yeah, I wondered where all of these trees have come from.
As I understand it, because the people have moved in and it's become a city, they've so changed the environment around here and the climate that it's gone from just sagebrush and grass to a complete forest, and all this groundwater is left over from sprinkling systems, and it's just completely changed the whole ecosystem down here.
Yeah, that's wild.
Don't fall.
Don't fall.
It is fall, but let's not
Well,
fall.
let's not fall.
Let's not fall
We'll
for
observe
fall.
it, but not do it.
Yeah,
That's why I brought my walking stick. Or
yeah.
actually, it's my dad's walking stick. Just to pull these off and have mixed tomatoes for Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
Because they just look like a tomato. Then my mom's like, don't eat them, they're poisonous.
Don't eat them, they're poisonous.
Probably anything that's that bright or red.
Oh, we had them growing in our yard.
Yeah. Well, we had one growing in my yard too for the longest time. Okay, this is Betty.
Yeah.
Now I wish I had my first look at you.
Yes. You know, I was so lucky as a child to be able to come down here and play all the time.
Oh, I would imagine.
And before our society became so terrified of everything, and the parents of the children living up on the rim of this whole thing would say, yeah, go down to Gully and play.
Right, we had a similar place where we played too, and it was a lot of fun. We were usually within calling distance of a parent, but we went out in the morning and we didn't come back in till supper.
And we were way out of calling distance from parents, but they trusted us to come down in here and not get killed.
Right.
And on any given summer day when kids are out of school, there would be 200 or 300 of us playing down here.
Right.
No.
And I can only think of, almost no examples of anybody getting hurt.
No.
We just come down here and play and go home and have dinner, and it was wonderful. I think I started coming down here when I was 8.
Wow.
So, that young, and parents just, go down there and play.
Yeah, we did the same thing. We rode our bikes all over town, and the only thing I had to look out for was my dad's truck. I swear his headlights would frown. I always knew it was him.
And the teenagers, because the road was still open, and so the teenagers had come down here in their hot rods.
Oh, yeah.
And they wouldn't race around because it just isn't race around kind of places. But amid all the kids, there'd be a couple of carloads of 18-year-olds coming down here to smoke cigarettes and play music and
wow.
Listen to the radio and of course listen to the World Series.
That's true.
Because that's what you did.
Yes.
You can just barely make out the houses up there. Somebody's put up an American flag.
They have. It was really pretty up there flopping around, but there's a house right there.
Yeah, and you can't really see them very well from down here, but all along the south rim of this, it's a big housing project.
Right.
And back in the 50s, it was one of those brand new post-war housing developments.
Right. Down here you don't see it, but on the freeway you do.
There's some of these older fences down here, too. Mm-hmm. It's been kind of in and out of development forever, and fortunately, the county, the city, and O.C. Tanner himself, who finally funded this whole thing, have kept real estate developers from gobbling this up and turning it into housing.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes. There are several of these wilderness areas, if you will, right inside Salt Lake. There's this, and there's Hidden Hollow.
Right, that's another good one.
And there's City Creek, which is another one. And we're really lucky to have wonderful wilderness areas like this right in town.
Right, just a few miles, really, and there you are.
And we've got a few shows up on these kinds of things, and we'll always be putting more up, of course. And then, of course, there's model railroads and car shows and who knows what. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing. In fact, just please subscribe.
Absolutely.
And the easy way to do that is by clicking on the upcoming blue button. Zoink! Right there, the blue button. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here on Tuesday.
Right.
We'll see ya.
We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.